touch of a button.
Just come in and you have this totally different experience.
This 2,500 square foot sphere has lofty ceilings, massive curved windows, a suspended balcony, and best of all, it has an open, wall-free floor plan.
It's very different from living in a square house with walls dividing everything.
Meet Shiva and Veronique Venkat. He's an international trader, and she's a marketing consultant. They've been living in New York City, but when their son Rohan was born, the Venkats sought the country. They moved to New Paltz, New York, less than 2 hours north of the city.
When we are here, we're just relaxing, replenishing. It's such a beautiful and powerful environment. It has a strong character, a strong personality.
These urbanites were looking for a house they could handle, one that required very little upkeep. They stumbled upon their dream home while on business in France, a new concept in home design that seemed too good to be true.
I thought it was absolutely great, and I called the guy that designed it, and I said I'd like to come and see it.
Engineered for ease, the Super Saucer design is adaptable to any location in the world and is built to be low maintenance.
It's a whole kit, you know, everything comes in the ground on the building side, and then you put it together like an erector set.
It's modular, so you can do whatever you want. There's many different sizes, bigger, smaller.
But could a house this simple be sturdy? Would it stand the test of time? The Venkats didn't want to fall into a money pit. So what's the secret to this no muss, no fuss house? The spherical shape that's raised off the ground.
The house is not attached to the ground itself. You know, it's sitting on a crown, so it actually deflects the wind. The wind goes above and under. It kind of goes around the house, and it doesn't have anything to catch on, really. You don't feel anything being inside. You feel just very protected, safe.
The special part of this house is that this is the roof, but this is also the wall. It's both. We don't have the issue of snow load, because basically, when the snow is on, it goes down.
The round shape is a formula for success. With help from a professional construction crew, it's just like fitting puzzle pieces together. A 10-foot wide circular steel cage forms a structural base for the house on top of the concrete bunker. The first set of 28 arched wooden beams, made of glued spruce sheets, are connected horizontally to the base of the cage. While at its center, 7 vertical wood beams stand upright, forming the central spine of the dome.
To build a house like this, you need something that you won't usually need in a regular construction, which is a very long crane, because the center beams are very high.
Once the central pieces are upright, an additional 28 beams are added as the support for the lower floor. The final set of beams arch down, connecting the horizontal and vertical beams together, thus completing the saucer-like shape of the home.
This whole structure has been studied and engineered to hold that kind of weight.
Much of the weight of the ball-like structure comes from the extra hardy exterior shell, which is made from long cedar shingles called shakes.
Cedar is very strong and doesn't need any maintenance. It has its own oil to take care of bugs and all that kind of thing, so it can last 30 years. That's how the shell is made up.
On the inside, the lining of the shell consists of 3/4-inch thick pieces of pine tongue and groove sheeting. This is then insulated with a 10-inch thick layer of wood pulp. An air pocket for ventilation is left between the wood pulp and the outer lining, which is made from OSB wood chip sheeting. This is finally topped off with 1.5-inch thick red cedar shingles.
The more there is underneath, the better it is. It has more protection from rain, but also from humidity, heat, or cold. If something is broken, you could just pull the broken piece and put a new one in.
The material choices protect against the elements on the outside, but create a bright, cozy atmosphere on the inside.
For the inside, the interior decoration of the home, I didn't want any color to pop up, so everything is kind of creamish. It's just about the light and the atmosphere in the house. So yes, that was the intent of just blending in the bamboo floor, the beams, the wood, the limestone. The material is the decoration.
Coming up, talk about extreme convenience.
So press on, it goes forward, off, it stops, and this is to go backwards.
Find out how this house rotates at the touch of a button. Up next. Shiva and Veronique Venkat have brought extreme living to new heights in New Paltz, New York. Their 2,500 square foot super saucer is balanced about 10 feet off the ground with the help of a concrete pedestal and is hiding one very extreme feature. It spins.
The house is equipped with the motor, so we could turn the house. You turn it into what we call a winter position and a summer position. The winter position is when most of the windows faces the sun, so that the house uses passive solar energy to be heated. And the summer position is where there's less windows, so the house stays cool.
Solar energy means free energy. Definitely a great money saver. And the home's shape does its share too.
The fact that it's round, the heat circulates better. The fact that it has no corners, you don't have heat loss, at least 25% better efficiency just because of the lack of corners.
Spinning the house is easy with just a click of the remote control.
So press on, it goes forward, off, it stops, and this is to go backwards.
This is the control box for the motor, and up here is all the utilities, which is flexible tubing, so that when the house turns, it doesn't cause any damage. It could turn about 300 degrees. We really don't turn it that much. We turn it about 180 degrees.
Hundreds of ball bearings under the steel cage are what allow the saucer to spin, and the whole sphere can turn in about 3 minutes flat.
You barely hear anything. It's a very silent process.
There's a lot to consider when designing a round home. Everything has to curve with the house.
So this is the kitchen area. So the kitchen counter is obviously round. Everything, the cabinetry has been designed to follow that curve. So this is our master bedroom. I really like the space here because it's really been conceived as an organic space. And if you're gonna integrate everything, you have to come up with your own design. So as you can see, the bed has been pushed in, integrated in the wall. We even have storage under here.
Even the bathroom was designed with roundness in mind.
Here's the counter. As you can see, it's following the curve of the wall. This is really where we love to take our shower there. You have the feeling to be outside, to take your shower as if you were in the woods. This is a great feeling, especially in winter. You can see deers outside. It's really, you're never alone, really.
The Venkats love the communal feeling of their super saucer and enjoy sharing it with their friends and Rohan's playmates.
This goes right here.
I think it's a beautiful achievement to have been able to build this. And it is definitely a family house. That's what I like most about it.
If I were to go in other parts of the world, I would buy a piece of land and build the same thing.
I'd love to have one overseeing the ocean. I think on the flank of a hill, that must be amazing.
Maybe we'll do that.
The bookshelf is the main theme on which we designed the whole interior space here.
The dining room table was from a monastery in Quebec. Each